At this point, we assume that there are some identified challenges in your institution. Next, we should think about how to address them. Cost and benefits are main issues. And the cost is not only the price of buying the technology, but also to keep the technology running, which is a cost per year, a recurrent cost. Most of the times, the cost per year is quite high, mainly because there are cloud services and people in charge of operating them. Due to this complexity, it is a good advice to select in advance a few devices, analyze these questions with them. And do it with the people in your institution that knows about the services that you are going to work with. Let us start by these people. After identifying a challenge, you need to identify as well who will be important to address a solution. Obviously, you will need to change things, and most likely, you will need technology assistance. Who will use this technology and how they will address the issue is something crucial. Their opinions count, and having their support will help later on to establish a long-term solution. Everything can be externalized in an institution in order to achieve goals such as creating a smart city. But if there exists knowledge within your organization, our advice is that you try to use it. First, identify this knowledge, and you will have to probably look at communications and back-end services. Elements need to be connected, and information needs to be transferred between the devices that you are going to have and the back-end services that will store the data. Of course, you can depend on your current Wi-Fi network if no other alternative is available, but take into account that your regular installation may not be enough. Wi-Fi antennas have a limit of the number of devices can be connected. And if you already use these antennas to provide Wi-Fi services, probably adding more devices will reduce the size of your installation and will cause some disturbance between the regular uses of this antenna. It seems more intelligent to look for alternative technologies or to look for new Wi-Fi antennas. A technology that we will suggest and we will explore in more detail in next lesson is LoRaWAN. It has larger range, larger capability of penetrating the walls, and it can host a larger number of devices. About the backend, the server infrastructure can be a basic one. Probably you already have the machines that you need. You don't need to buy new ones. There is no need for a large computational power in your installation or about cloud services to complement what you already have. However, it is desirable to have some knowledge about virtualization elements. We're talking about technology like virtual machines or Dockerization. You have to decide what to keep within your premises and what to be left outside. Our recommendation is that you keep as much knowledge as possible, that you involve the people that you already have in whatever task you want to accomplish in the technology deployment. And if possible, take care of the data. The data is the key to the process, and we will insist on this later on. I am sure that your institution has a policy about cybersecurity, but if you don't, you better stop this video and get ready to prepare one right now, because it's very crucial for your organization. So let's assume you already have this policy. The installation of the new infrastructure that we are going to talk about need to follow this policy right to the point. One very problematic part is how you handle information. You need to take into account who has the keys to register each device, or also who has the password to access the cloud services that you are going to use, or the on-premise services that you are going to deploy. You need to control who has access to what, when, and how. Identify in advance what security breaches you may have is what will have a greater impact in the future. And there will be impact, I'm sure of this. Remember that we are talking only about monitoring. Even talking only about this, there are risks. For instance, if someone is toying with one device, say that it is a CO2 measuring device, and this person plays with the device starts increasing the level of the CO2 in a classroom or in an office, obviously this will cause distress in the people within that room. Maybe it's good as a joke, but this is an example of things that can go wrong with just a simple device. Also, think about that other devices that, for instance, make measurements of the energy consumption, and you think it's a great idea. But what if publishing this data reveals that your buildings are unoccupied from this hour to this hour, and people with bad intentions can go to this building without any problem and without anyone interfering in whatever they want to do? You have to pay attention to the details and only deliver the information that you are sure that will have no impact in the security. And if you are not sure about which information is that, better start with very precise information and very little information, and then make it grow. When you plan what you want to do to address the challenges that you have identified, it is very critical that the cost and the benefits are known in advance. Also, we will be responsible of the things that will going to happen afterwards. Hence, taking care of the cybersecurity and the responsibilities of each person involved is of the utmost importance. In the next lesson, we will start focusing on the technology that can help you to solve these challenges that we have identified. But let me finish this lesson with a small exercise, as in the past lesson. Think about any service that you want to provide, any alteration or any new information that you want to deliver. Pick a member of your organization and try to explain this member that it is worth it. See if you can be successful in explaining in few words why it is important to do this. This is a very good exercise. Thank you.